Welcome back to another episode of Fox and Fix It. Pretty big news today. I've gone ahead and entered the 21st century technology-wise, and I bought an EV. Now, before you unsubscribe, don't worry about it. We are still going to be working on the El Camino. I'm just saying we bought an additional project that is an electric vehicle. Let's check it out. And there it is. What we've got is a 1965 Westinghouse Marketeer. You didn't think I bought an electric car, did you? I can't afford that. So I've been doing some research on this. It is somewhere in the mid-1960s. It is made by Westinghouse. It runs off of two 6-volt deep cycle batteries. They go right down in that giant rusty hole there. Or one 12-volt deep cycle battery. The only thing that's going to change is your range, which allegedly is 35 miles on this. Not even kidding. This thing can go 35 miles. Allegedly. This is an onboard battery charger, which I don't know if it works yet. It's called a Lestronic. I really hope it's Moretronic. Anywho, I really hope it still works. This should have a platform on top for carrying cargo up to 400 pounds. Plywood will work for that. I've got that. That's scrap. That's free. Take the cover off this charger and see what we got. There we go. This is where the model and make and serial number are. We'll see if we can bring that back later. Not worried about it. I know what it is. I just don't really know what serial number it is. Doesn't matter. So under here, we've got the best of 1960s technology. All the wiring looks like it's never been touched. I'm going to leave that alone. Obviously got a Ford-style starter solenoid and a big electric motor down the bottom. Look at that thing. That is a beast. I have no clue what the actual rating on that is. It's old and big and heavy. This entire thing with batteries weighs 350 pounds. So it's heavy duty for sure. And the way this thing actually moves is by a foot pedal or treadle. I think it's called a treadle. Basically, there's just a pivot across the center here. When it's in this back position, it sets an automatic foot brake on it, which you can see right here is just a brake shoe on the end of this motor. Adjustable, spring-loaded, looks like. That's nice. And then on the other side, you've got a return spring to help you get it back into the braking position. And then here is your actual throttle. And your throttle is just how far down you push on this foot treadle. I'm not working on it, so I have flip-flops on. I don't want to hear about it. Like that. Then it goes forward. Apparently they made some models that did have reverse. This one doesn't have it. So right now, it would roll because I've got it leaned forward into the accelerate position. And you see, rolls pretty easily. Now when you're standing on it and you lean back, you obviously set that foot pad back in this lower position. The brake is engaged. And it doesn't roll. There we go. It has a keyed on-off switch. I put a new one on because the one that was on it did not have the key anymore. I marked it so I know which position is actual on, because this one is on, accessory, and off. And I don't need accessory yet. That's on. That's off. There, we settled that one. And one of the first things we're going to have to do to get this thing going is we're going to have to clean up the accelerator system, which is this right here. This is basically a big carbon backing plate, which is the off switch. This bushing right here is attached to that foot treadle. This is what actually moves up and down when you move the pedal, or treadle. It's a treadle. And down here at the bottom, there's 3 copper plates, and each one of those has a big coil resistor attached to it. And that controls how fast you're going by how much voltage goes to that motor. The farther down you go, the faster you go. So the more you lean into it, basically, the faster you go. The less you lean into it, the slower you go. And then when you put it all the way back, you're up here in the off position. Now for the actual wiring on this that makes it go, it's basically a Ford starter setup. You've got your battery in, ignition out, going over here to the starter solenoid, and you should have battery here and then out to the motor, but they have hot wired this thing for use with no key. This has battery in directly to the motor, which means as soon as you push forward on this pedal, or treadle, it's treadle, quit saying pedal, it's a treadle, it will go forward. No key needed. We're going to go ahead and put that back to a key setup, so I'll move that battery cable back to this side. That blue wire is my ignition switch. This yellow one would go to the battery to power that key switch, which we already saw. This one, I'm not sure. I think that's for the horn, because under here, there is indeed a horn, and we're going to make that work. why wouldn't we? This thing looks like it was originally orange, and from what I could tell online, all the Westinghouses were originally painted orange, so that tracks with it being a Westinghouse, even though I can't read the model number. It's an ugly, weird green thing now, which will have to change. I don't know. Maybe some bullet tail lights and a headlight. I really don't know. I want to get it working first, and after that, we'll play around with what in the heck we're going to do to it. So, there you have it. Like I said, Fox Can Fix It has finally entered the 21st century, technology-wise. Got ourselves an EV. That doesn't mean we're getting rid of any of the other things. We've still got the El Camino behind me, and that still needs a set of cylinder heads, which I've already reconditioned. So I've got lots of irons in the fire, basically. One of those irons is gas-powered, and one is electric. I mean, yeah, sure. Okay. I just wanted to get something out there to show you that I'm not sitting around doing nothing and just making weird shorts to pass the time. I am doing videos. So that's it for today's video. It's hot out. I'll see you next time.